Guys, boy, oh boy. Oh boy, what a day for me, guys. Yeah, sorry for being late. You know what I mean? But guys, here we are. At least I'm not as late as I thought I would have to be, right? Keyshawn's here, Christopher's here, Korg is here, Ray's here. What's up, guys? It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys, man. Here we are, guys. Let me check my sound settings real fast because we all know how these updates work. So yeah, guys, what's going on, man? You know, happy Friday to all you guys. You know, and guys, make sure to join me and Lock the Bounty Hunter tonight for Avoid the Asteroid. You know, that's our new podcast. That's what we're gonna do pretty regularly. I think that we're gonna do bi-weekly first and see how that goes. You know. Whoa. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Guys, check this out. Look at this. Holy moly, look at this, guys.
This in my years as a prosecutor.
Oops.
This in my years as a prosecutor.
The parents of a 7-year-old boy who weighed more than 200 pounds face murder, child abuse, and torture charges. This story began to unfold on November 4th when a 911
7-year-old boy weighed 255 pounds. Look at that. Look at that. Kid is 7 years old and weighed more than I do. And I'm 6'3", guys. Absolutely insane. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Guys, that's child abuse if I've ever heard it. You know what I'm saying? What is going on? Why? Why? Guys, what do you think? Child abuse, yes or no? You know? Because here, let me drop the link. Because guys, this will actually have to be pretty short. But guys, here, let me drop the link for it, anyone who wants to come up first. Look at this.
One call was made for a young boy in distress at a Flint Township home. He was rushed to a hospital, but he died. And Terry, the Genesee County prosecutor says this is just a terrible case of neglect.
Yeah, he does, Angie, and that's why his office has charged the parents with second-degree murder following the death of their 7-year-old Casper, their son. He was 50 inches tall and weighed 255 pounds when he died.
On the face of it, this is cruel and extreme suffering from this child caused by the neglect of the parents.
40-year-old Damian O'Brien and his wife, 41-year-old Jessica O'Brien, face the same charges in connection.
Look. Whoa. Look at that, guys. Look at that.
His wife, 41-year-old
Look at this right here. Look at that.
Jessica O'Brien faced the same charges in connection with the death of...
Guys, this is a 7-year-old. You guys see how extra weight makes you look older, right? 7 years old. Good God.
their 7-year-old son, Casper. The most serious charge...
They named him Casper. My stomach. Oh, they named him Casper. Oh, no.
Second-degree murder. Flint Township Police came to this home on Dania on November 4th, 2025, for a report of a child in distress. Casper was taken to Hurley Medical Center, where he died a short time later. Medical reports indicate he weighed 255 pounds at the time of his death.
That's obesity. And then you also have the fact that this child did not have a pediatrician, was only taken to the doctor, I believe, according to the police reports, once.
The cause of death was dilated cardiomyopathy, which causes heart failure, with a contributing cause being morbid obesity. The CDC lists a healthy weight for a 7-year-old boy that is 50.5 inches tall, generally ranges between 50 and 73 pounds.
This kid weighed, was it 5 times more than what he should have weighed? 5 times more than what he should have weighed, guys. Absolutely insane. What a joke. Guys, there's just no excuse for this. There is no excuse for this.
The dad has a good job. They have real health insurance. That morning that the child died, they had even called their veterinarian to have their dog treated.
The O'Briens also have a 5-year-old daughter.
None of these kids even
Probably weighs about 785 pounds.
In the eyes of the government. CPS had never been out there. Nobody knew about these kids. They'd not been to school.
Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton says on the day police were at the home in November, the owner of the house stopped by, concerned, believing the house was falling into disrepair and the couple wasn't letting him in the house, instead leaving the rent on the porch.
I can't think of what else this is other than extraordinary, terrible neglect. And to me, that's willful and wanton misconduct, which is second-degree murder.
And police described the living conditions in the home as a hoarding situation. Now, I could not reach the O'Brien's attorney for comment. They are being held at the Genesee County Jail on no bond.
Look at that, guys. Hold on, guys. Here we go, guys.
Tonight, parents of teens who violated Detroit's curfew are now facing accountability.
Good.
Just Monday alone, the city issued 180 tickets for curfew violations stemming from the Ford fireworks. But teens violating Detroit's curfew have been a problem for months.
Of course.
Just yesterday, 7 News Detroit anchor Simon Shaquette spoke to the chief about how he would enforce the rules and hold parents accountable. Well, today, Simon followed up on that process as parents appeared in court.
Look at that.
Afterward, he sat down with one mother and her son to hear their take.
Good. Take her ass to court, too. Good. That's what they should have been doing from the jump.
Today, facing a judge, one parent took full responsibility for her son violating curfew in the city of Detroit. And beyond that, when we arrived at her doorstep, she had plenty more to say.
The defendant's son was not in her custody, and he was out in the city of Detroit at 1:55.
Yes.
Appearing before 36th District Court Chief Judge William McConaughey, parent Satira Green not making any excuses for her 15-year-old son breaking curfew rules on a day of more than a dozen arraignments for the same offense.
Hi, Ms. Green. My name is Simon Shaquette.
When I visited her home shortly after, Green further took responsibility when she says her son left home to see friends earlier this month against curfew rules.
I take responsibility. I did talk to him.
Are you letting your son know this is against the law to be out past a
he
certain
knows
time?
now because on Zoom, he was right there with me.
Do you see a need for these rules being enforced after some of the things that have happened?
Yeah, definitely.
While I watched other hearings, the judge took on more cases where parents...
Look at all the people in the courtroom, guys. Right? Of course.
Well.
I'll drop the link now, guys. So, guys, anyone who's come on up, guys? Because, guys, boy, do I have a story for you. When this is
Parents
over.
also faced serious consequences of fines of $200 or more involving underage kids allegedly breaking curfew. Most recently, the night of the Detroit fireworks, 180 violations given to parents, part of an effort to promote safety.
Was your 6-year-old child walking outside of your presence at 2 a.m.?
6 years old?
Yes, that's correct. He escaped out the house.
You think?
Well.
Look at that, guys.
He has autism.
In the city of Detroit, there is a curfew. If the juvenile is 17, the curfew is 11 p.m. If the juvenile is 16 and under, it is 10 p.m.
The message also something I followed up with the chief judge about after court was over to ask about not only assessing if more support is needed, but what parents must remember.
It's your responsibility to make sure your kids are in the house at 2 o'clock in the morning. And there's never an excuse for a 2-year-old to be wandering in the city of Detroit and they're brought back home by a stranger.
Chief Judge McConaughey says the 10 people who failed to appear can now be subject to warrants for their arrest. For Green, it's about ensuring one mistake doesn't become a pattern and that her son follows the law no matter what.
It worries me sometimes because it be so much going on.
And Judge McConaughey doubling down, wanting to be clear, this is not about a desire to lock people up, but rather to ensure the safety of all in our city. From Detroit's West Side, Simon Shakette, 7 News Detroit.
All right, Simon, thank you so much.
All right, guys, so here we go. Wait.
James Emmanuel Waiters III have his
loved ones.
Okay, so guys, here we go. This chick's shirt I identify as a problem. Now, guys, okay, so here we have this dunderhead right here, right?
We moved into a new apartment a month ago, and as you can see, it is so much bigger.
That's her stupid cat. She has the tattoos.
Let's finish the last of my.
Oh, guys, okay. What do I always say? It's always these women who want to move to the city, who want to move to New York, who want to move to LA, right? Guys, if we get money or anything, we want to move out of the city. The more money that men make, the more that we want to leave other people and be left the hell alone. Guys, put a 1 if you agree, right? If someone gave you guys $900,000 and you said you had to buy a house, guys, would you A, buy an apartment in New York, or B, buy a friggin' ranch in Texas? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Guys, hit the like button, please. Ah, shit. Anyways, so guys, this chick moved to New York because she's an artist, and she makes these dunderheaded cat things. This is how she makes a living. And guys, yes, Korg is right. New York is a cesspool. Okay, guys, this chick makes these cat things. Look at this.
You stupid woman.
And she refuses to get a job. She thinks that she should be able to make money by just making these stupid things. What a joke, guys. Delusional AF. See, us men know we have to work. Us men know that we have to try and work to pay for our own lifestyle. These absolute dunderheaded bras, they think that they can, make figurines, knit sweaters, and be able to pay for a life in one of the most, if not the most expensive city in America. What a joke. How stupid can they be? Hold on, guys. Yeah, guys, why? Why do you think that's like this? Why? It doesn't make any sense. It's not logical at all. Okay. So, guys, let's look at this idiot's life because she's broke. Because she's broke and dumb in New York. So, guys, look at this.
Shop drop orders from March. I've already been very honest with my community about this. Simply sorry I am for me being delayed on getting orders out. Shit happened. I moved, dealt with multiple dissociative episodes, was operating out of a state of survival mode, was terrible.
A state of survival mode. What a joke, guys. What a joke. Guys, this is how she expects to be able to support herself living in New York. Look at that. I had dissociative episodes. Look at this, guys.
my mental health for as long as I can remember. I've struggled with my mental health for as long as I can remember. I'm about to turn 30 and I started medicine when I was like 20. I remember the first day I tried medicine and my brain went quiet for the first time, like ever. Only in the last year have I realized I probably have ADHD. Both my dad and my brother have it. The call is coming from inside the house. And this last week, I have been really struggling with like deep shame and self-hatred for how I function in the world. I'm realizing I may not even have depression. I may just be depressed because of myself. I have such big dreams for my life, and I know that I'm capable of so much more, but
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
constantly feel afraid that I'm not going to actualize it because of myself. Or I put off making a simple phone call, writing an email, or picking up my medicine, or literally whatever.
So in other words, you're a child. In other words, you are a child. So she's trying to say that she can't even do the most basic things. Send an email, make a phone call, and she wants to own her own business?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Corey said that his daughter got an apartment in the city, and the one bedroom costs more than his mortgage. Yikes!
Last weekend was really, really bad for me. I couldn't stop crying for so many reasons. I'm seeing so much of my childhood trauma come back up now that I'm in a more stable living situation. While I'm very, very grateful that I have the capacity to sit with that and let myself cry, it is difficult for me to not get stuck in those feelings. I loved 21 Pilots when I was younger. There was one of their songs. They're like, I'm fairly local. I've been around. I would like to talk. We moved into a new...
Here you go, guys. So, guys, she's going to take us on a journey, okay?
Let's finish the last...
Look at this.
You're gonna have to forgive me for being a little lower energy than I would like to be when telling this story, but I was out until almost midnight last night. I promise if you give me a chance to give you some context, this story is so worth it. 24 hours ago, I was told by my current roommate that I was getting kicked out at the end of June, even though I moved in a month ago. Quickest backstory on me, I'm a full-time...
So, guys, she moved in with this chick a month ago, right? And this chick said, get out of my house.
I'm artist in New York.
You know what, guys? Hold on. Whoa. God of the sea. Hey. I hope that they destroy New York. I really do, guys. I do. I hope that Zoran the moron and all his commie buddies destroy New York. Seriously. Because, guys, the only way to turn liberals into conservatives is give them exactly what they want, guys. That's the only way. Seriously, guys, let them have it. Floating Heads here, Sea Grips here, Radix. What's up, guys? God of the Sea, Brent's here, Lenny's here. What's up, guys? You guys, anyone who wants to call in, guys, hit the StreamYard. It's pinned at the bottom here. But guys, give them what they want. Seriously. I don't live in New York. You know?
City, and I've always wanted to live here. I broke up with an abusive ex, quit my job, moved here with not a lot of money. Through all of last year, I've just been aching to find home. I felt like this place was it. My room faces a backyard, so I get to hear the birds. It has a rooftop and I can see the entire skyline. It's perfect. I have one roommate, and when I met them, it seemed like everything was fine. There was a verbal agreement we were going to be re-signing in July, and that was when...
Now, guys, first of all, a verbal agreement? Seriously? So you don't have a lease? You have a verbal agreement?
You stupid woman.
And second of all, you're going to move to New York with hardly anything?
I was going to join the lease. When I moved in May, her tone changed, and it felt like she started policing me over things that were so...
And guys, there's a plot twist here, okay?
Elementary. I'm about to turn 30. This person is mid-20s, but acting like they're in high school. She would not allow me to store things on the top 2 shelves in the cabinet because it, quote, stresses her out. When I moved in, I had a different dish rack than her, the one that has...
What's going on, my friend?
Hey, brother, I joined just to hear this beautiful conversation. I had a few statements, but I would like to hear the next statement that she's about to spill out her mouth.
Yeah, but these chicks, I don't know why they always, I want to move to the city. I want to move to the city where all the action is. My dad's girlfriend's oldest daughter lives in downtown Seattle, right?
Correct.
She pays,
Country girls, where
let
is
me
that?
hold on, please. She pays $4,200 a month for rent. Can you imagine? What were you saying now?
Country girls, where is that? Because they understand that life is not about what you have right now, it's about what you can attain later.
Well, yeah, but they don't think that far ahead, though. You know what I mean? Guys, I would say about 98% of women don't think far ahead at all. And you know why they think this way? Because ultimately they think that one of us is going to swoop in and bail them out, guys.
Here I come to save the day.
Don't do it, guys. Do not pay their bills. Don't pay their rent. Don't pay their car payment. Don't pay their insurance. Don't pay any of that, guys. Guys, what do I always say? There has to be clear battle lines drawn between us and these thunder-headed 304s.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die. And these Shields boys.
AJ, you got me dying. Like I love when you put these
Hey,
voice
can you
clips
come
in.
closer to your microphone so
Yeah,
we can hear you?
I can. Do I sound clearer?
Yeah. You sound kind of far away. So, but yeah.
Walls on this side. She just had a flat dish rack where she would just kind of awkwardly and haphazardly pile up the dishes. And I was like, hey, I've got this other dish rack. Would you be open to us giving it a try? Immediately she shut it. My entire issue with her through this last month has just been her lack of compromising. And so a few nights ago, I received a text of her being like, please remember that the top shelf in the fridge is mine. I have just my gallon of milk stored up there in my creamer. Like, you can keep your milk here, but you need to move the creamer. And I was like, is there a reason why? Because you don't have that much stored on that shelf. She's like, because it's my shelf, that's why.
Yeah, because it's her shelf. You guys see, this is why guys have no problems living together. Because here's the thing. Guys, I've always liked having roommates, right? Even ones who are strangers who I met in college. Because guys, here's the thing. If I was living with Korg and Secret, right? We know that if we disrespect each other's stuff enough, there's going to be a fight. So a lot of times men respect each other and how we speak to each other and how we are with each other's stuff. Most normal men, you can move them into your house and you can respect each other's boundaries. All right, this is where homeboy puts his shoes. So I'll put my shoes here. He works nights. So if it's during the day and I'm home from work, I'm not going to make a bunch of noise.
AJ,
But women just can't do it. They just can't do it. What's up, dude?
I agree about everything you're saying. I want to interject to say, like, if you were in jail, people already understand that you're not going to take none from the upper bunk or put it to the lower bunk, vice versa.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And what happens if you do mess
Going to
around with your
sleep.
celly stuff in jail? You get stabbed. You know what I'm saying? You understand?
Going
This is
to
how it
sleep.
works. You know, Solomon, hey, with the $10, man. Thanks for that, man. Thanks for that. I appreciate. He says for the croutons fun. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
But do you agree though? Like, so for instance, I like you and I have never met in real life, right? But if we were to share space, we would share space, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how men are.
Correct.
You
We
know?
will be able to share the space and we'll be equal amongst each other.
It would even be like, let's just say that, like, you had a fishing boat, right? And you go, hey, AJ,
Okay.
and you want to come fishing? I'm like, all right, cool. It's your boat. So I'm like, hey, man, like, where can I put my stuff? Is this okay? It's your boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to disrespect your property. Even
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're speaking the most truth that most women or most people, especially the younger generations, don't even grasp. Like,
Yeah,
this is my things. You brought onto my area. You should respect where you're at. But no. I showed up. This is what I'm doing. I'm a part of what I got into. Whoa. We don't need you here.
Now here's it. Now there's a twist in this because her roommate made a video response. So this is like a 30-part episode thing. So we'll get through a good chunk of them, and then I'll pull up the roommate's video.
Okay, let's go ahead.
End of discussion. And I was too tired that night, and I deal with this in the morning because I need to say something. Wake up and I type out very long text. I spent over an hour working on it because I grew up in an abusive family, in an abusive relationship.
An hour working on a text, you dunce?
I just overly analyzed all of my words because I was afraid of things being used against me. The last few months, I've been working on that. I'm coming into myself and feeling more at ease and confident in all the things, but I can still really struggle with taking up space. Of course, I'm going to have screenshots for you. This is exactly what I said. I have nothing to hide. She immediately came back with this announcement.
Oh, look at this guy. She wrote a whole dissertation. Look at this.
Of course, I'm going to have screenshots for you. This is exactly.
Look at this. I need to be honest with you that I'm becoming more frustrated with our communication. I've been fully cooperative with any requests you've made since I've moved in, and I haven't felt like you've been open to compromise or considering trying something new. Even if we decide to go back to how you usually like it, I deserve to take up space here. There's deserve, but I feel like my preferences aren't even heard out. I don't like your dish rack, and I would rather use mine, but I've been fully willing to compromise out of respect. The LED lights in the living room are low voltage, so they don't. Hold on. I like leaving them on. I know that you've been used to living with the same person for a few years. I expect that I would equally like to be considered because this is my home too. I want this to be a good and peaceful living situation for the both of us. It would love for us to be friends and hang out.
What I said.
Can you imagine getting this from a person that moved in a month prior? Can you imagine? What a joke.
I have nothing to hide. She immediately came back with this.
Thanks for letting me know how you feel. To be honest, you're just not a good fit. If we're being transparent, I want to make you aware that I'm still looking for a new roommate. I have 3 people who are interested. As for the LED lights, you never told me about them. I personally think that this is a waste of our light bill. I don't want to spend an extra half on the bill. I think that you've been taking up space. You're setting boundaries, and I'm respecting them. Damn.
Announcing that she was still looking for someone else to live with her. This is the first that I'm hearing of this. I thought everything was fine, besides her sort of hostile responses to me whenever I would bring something up as like a compromise, because that's what you fucking do with roommates. We don't even interact.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, here we go. Immediate reaction was just despair, desperation, and you can see it in my response to her. It's like, are we for real? Did I do something that offended you? Because I really want to stay. I'm very happy here. Mental health is so much better. And it was funny seeing her come back with, really, you're happy here? Your text says otherwise. And it was like, what do you mean? My text is specifically about your communication style, how you're unwilling to compromise. I like having these LED lights on that cost $5 to $10 a year. She was like, I don't want to spend the money on it. It's like, then don't. I will pay extra. Con Ed is in my name. And she's like, I still don't want to. And it's like, okay. I have this bad habit of just rolling over to keep the peace. Look at the sun. I was in the park a few weeks ago. I saw a hawk capture a smaller bird and flew up into the trees, and I hear all of the little birds squawking around it, and it was very traumatizing. I absolutely saw it.
Oh, a hawk caught another bird, and it was traumatizing. Please, come on. This is the modern woman right here.
She must never seen her dog get ran over. Cause I seen that bitch been smashed multiple times.
What I'm saying though is like, how is that? See, our mothers and grandmothers and great grandmothers, they went through famines and wars. You know what I'm saying? These women in Africa and Asia, their kids, dying in childbirth, all these other things. And this chick's trying to say a hawk catching another bird was traumatizing? Please!
Watching the feathers float down. But I knew I was seeing that for a reason. Posted about it on my Instagram story. And some people...
Oh, guys, she's a professional artist, she calls herself. Please.
Responded being like, I don't care that, the hawk needs...
Sorry, full-time artist.
It's just not right. Nature is neutral. Hawks exist to balance the ecosystem so there isn't overpopulation. They aren't doing this to be evil. They're just existing. They're just eating. A couple of days ago, I was like, holy shit. I continuously keep the peace because it was never safe for me in the past to speak up. Because when I did, I'd either get physically hurt, verbally assaulted, emotionally abused. Last few months, I've been really working on myself. Like I'm recovering a lot of that, and it is calming my nervous system. And that is what this place has given to me. Is
this is all she's able to verbalize. Imagine how much foolishness is going on in her head right now. You know what I mean? Imagine putting up with this. Imagine coming home to this. Absolutely insane.
Peace. And it was sort of one of those moments you're like, I either eat or I will continue to suffer and eventually die by not taking up space. I was on the phone with her old roommate, and her old roommate was giving me the tea on their dynamic. And you'll see in some of the texts, especially the one where she mentions that she would prefer to live with someone who is ethnic or POC. My response to that was like, I can't argue with that.
Look at that. Oh, she said, I don't like you because you're white. I would prefer to live with someone who's ethnic or a person of color, and you're not that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Check you out. Guys, that is so hilarious. Don't you love when the wokey wokes fight? You know? Isn't that hilarious, guys? But I thought I was one of you because I'm a white woman and I'm a liberal and I'm an artist and I went to college and I voted for Kamala Harris. Oh no!
Someone uncomfortable. And everyone who was hearing about this was like, but that's racist for her to say. And I was like, I don't know, like who is ethnic or POC. My response to that was like,
hold on, look, guys.
Especially the one where she mentions that she would prefer to live with someone who is ethnic or POC.
You've been happier living here. The text that you sent says otherwise.
POC.
To be honest, I would rather live with someone who's ethnic or POC. I feel that there's more of an understanding with how I live. Look at that, guys. I would prefer that a person's a person of color. Guys, what is going on, dude? What is going on? Oh yeah, guys, is this DEI at its finest? Is this shit finally getting the business end of DEI? Oh no!
My response to that was like, I can't argue with that. I don't want to make someone uncomfortable.
Yes, I love the room in the neighborhood in the backyard. I love hanging out when we did. I'm frustrated with communications, but that doesn't change that my mental health has been significantly better since moving here. I've been looking for stable housing for a long time.
Everyone.
So guys, subletting's not stable. You goof.
See, my response.
Hold on, let's see.
The people have preferences, and like I don't make someone uncomfortable.
I'd really like to stay, but I also understand if you feel more comfortable with someone ethnic / POC. Look at that.
And everyone who was hearing about this was like, but that's racist for her to say. And I was like, I don't know. Like I know that people have preferences, and like I don't want to overstep.
But how much you want to bet that if a white person said, hey, I would prefer the opposite, all of a sudden everyone's going to say, that's racist, right?
How dare you? Longer than I thought about it, was like, but we don't even interact. What way is like having anyone else in your space going to be different? I don't even need to make sense of it because that is not the reason why. It is because the person who lived here before me, she did not realize how much this roommate was mooching off of her. She would cook for them often, clean up after the girl. When I moved in, it's funny because I had a weird sense of, I feel like she is going to expect us to share food. And I find out that she used to share food with the roommate before me. And so when she found out that I wasn't going to be sharing my food with her. I think that must have been when it shifted. I wasn't doing her dishes for her. I've been in 5 different sublets. I just like to keep my shit to myself. I can coexist with someone. I'd love to be friends with my roommate. And so I shifted my energy and I was sitting right here. So I was like, when were you going to tell me this? Because until I texted you, this is the first time hearing about it. Funniest thing was her just being like, well, it's not set in stone. You know, I'm just looking. I was like, oh, but it has to be. It has to be.
Guys, imagine if she spent this much effort you're finding a real job.
Set in stone. I could have been a week out from thinking that we were re-signing and, oh, surprise, actually not going to be living here anymore. I was like, I've been through this multiple times. I started looking.
So it seems like you're the one common denominator, you dunce. Look at that, guys. I've been through 5 different sublets. Look inward. You're the problem.
For a new place, March. I also heard from my friend. It's like, it doesn't make sense that she's looking for 3 people. She's like, she isn't the one who looked for a subletter when I eventually found you. She's like, I found this apartment. And she's kind of, I wound up being the one to leave and her staying. She was like, there was no mention of her preferring to live with someone ethnic or POC. She met you and said she thought you were cool. I get this text. What if you stay instead and I leave? I was so shocked at how quickly she folded. I posted about this on my Instagram stories and I had like 50, 60 messages. And then I went to my friend's house yesterday to work. She wound up having one of her friends come over who is also a fan of Stray Kids like I am. And then another friend showed up. And of course, they're hearing all of the tea. They have all 17 fucking screenshots. And then like her sister calls in and she's like, oh my.
Why are you putting all this on the internet? Why?
My God, do you remember my old roommate? Let me tell you about this. And then one of her friends called in who had like his random friend and it literally turned into the town fucking crier. It's like, not the whole village. Just felt so supported and seen by the universe.
By putting all her business out there on the internet, guys.
So powerful and magnetic, and I have been told by too many people that I'm not and that I don't deserve to take up space. I don't deserve to eat. I deserve to eat. And I ate. That is literally what my
This chick is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
friend said in the text after I told her about the hog. She was like,
Someone says, it's not racist to have a roommate preference, but I think it's unnecessary to call her out of her name and get nasty.
you're the hawk and you just got fed. It's like, fuck yeah, we did. And so now we get to embark on a new journey. We'll either be finding a roommate or try to figure out a way to keep the place to myself. We shall see what happens. We shall see what comes for me. But until
we are already in May and 5 months.
Don't consider this an announcement yet. I just want your opinion on what I should do for my next shop drop for my cat worry stones that I make out of polymer clay.
Guys, so this is her business. Cat worry stones. Oh no, dude.
Plating and free donuts, Shigo.
Something that I have accepted about myself is I'm going to always be consistently inconsistent. Every single day looks different for me. So a few days ago, I made a couple of videos talking about my roommate. If you don't know about this,
Look at the difference. Makeup guy. I mean, no makeup.
Something that I have accepted about myself.
Makeup.
We are.
Don't consider this an announcement yet.
Makeup
I just want
and
your opinion on what I should do
filter.
Something that so a few days
No
ago, I
makeup
made a
and
couple
filter. Ah! Look at that, guys. Look at that. Good God.
Of videos talking about my roommate. If you don't know about this drama, just go watch the other videos. I promise it's gonna give you the context that you need. I unfortunately have an update for you. I should have known that she would try to pull something like this. I moved into a new apartment a month ago. I was on a 2-month sublease. It was verbally agreed upon. We were re-signing together in July. It's okay if someone changes their mind. The issue is the reasons why were lies. Over this last week, I've been waiting for her to send photos of her room so I can make a post and look for my own roommate. She said that she would texted her yesterday asking when she was going to send the photos. Yesterday was Wednesday. She said, I'll send them on Monday. I'm like, bitch, it's like 3 photos. Why is it going to take you the entire weekend? And didn't give me a good answer. And I was like, that's sus. Maybe she is still looking for a roommate to fill my room here. She wanted to talk in person. I said no. I'm not comfortable with that.
You guys see how much chaos? I think, guys, put a 1 if you agree. Someone says, What's this little boy complaining about? Guys, hit the like button, please. Guys, this is chaos. This is what happens when there's no men around, you know?
And I have every right to say no. I watched her try to bait me by sending this text being like, so do you have a problem with me? I'm not falling for that shit. I have a narcissistic dad who I am now no contact with, and a narcissistic ex. I'm not stupid. And so I rediverted.
She's not stupid, huh?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Send me the photos as soon as you can. You should know she has already emailed the leasing office multiple times saying that she is not staying. Hello and welcome to my fire escape. So she sends this text. Just so we're clear, my plans aren't finalized yet. And if I stay, we're not renewing. Like, no shit. Last night was a bad night for me anyway. And I was like, I'm not even responding. Some people on my Instagram story responded and said that I was too stern in my text. And I was like, how? Because I am just talking logistics. She's wanting to have some fuck-ass heart-to-heart. Be vulnerable as a woman. I'm just asking for photos so I can make a listing. I think she's doing this intentionally. Asking for photos.
Are you home? I think we should talk in person. No, I don't want to talk in person. I feel like there's so much I need to say and be vulnerable because texting's not helping me. There's literally nothing to talk about. I just need a few photos. No, there is. I do not want to speak in person. I'm not trying to argue or anything. As a woman, I just want to speak to you in person. Hold on, where'd it go?
Because I some stay and story. Last night was.
Damn it.
My plans aren't
let's see.
finalized yet, and if I stay, we're not renewing.
Jesus,
like, no shit. Last night was a bad night for me anyway. And I was like, I'm not even responding. Some people on my Instagram story responded and said that I logistics. She's wanting to, and I'm not going to let her do that. At the moment, I have where story ends off for the time being. I have to wait until Monday to see if she'll send me these photos. I genuinely do not think that she will. I think this roommate situation is giving me an opportunity to stand up for myself. The girl that used to live in my room, who I'm now friends with, texted and said this. You're all just in awe of like the bad bitch that you are, not letting her bully you. And I don't need to stoop to her level. If I need to leave, I will leave. I just need to know. I deserve the clarity to know. You may not get bit in the butt by me, but at some point in the future, that is going to come back and bite you in the fucking ass. That is not how the real world works. This is not how you communicate with people. And I think my greatest revenge, both with someone like her and even my dad, I continue to live my life full of joy, still going on my daily walks, still taking.
All right, guys, here we go. Guys, what a one. If you want to see the roommates video, right? You guys want to see the roommates video? Because this chick can't afford another apartment. She can't. Guys, here you go. So, guys, this is the roommate right here, okay? First of all, she's 10 times hotter than the other chick, right? But guys, here, let's listen to the roommate story, shall we?
A sublet I met about a month ago made a 30-part TikTok series about me, and I want to address a few things. We're going to keep it short and straight to the point because 30? I genuinely don't know how any of this is my fault. You started subleasing a few weeks ago. A sublease is temporary by definition, meaning I don't owe you shit. You are not entitled just because you moved in. I feel like I gave you plenty of notice and time to make arrangements so that when you re-sign the lease, you won't be stressed out. You even admitted that you found someone within a day. The real issue is that the rent increased and now you need to qualify for the lease yourself. And that is not my—
There you go. I told you guys. She can't afford the rent on her own. Cooked. Alone in New York, broke and dumb. Modern women for you guys right there.
My problem. That's just how New York—
This chick can get it, man. She's hot. Tattoo and all. I'd smash.
Renting goes. I feel like that's how renting goes in any state. You have moved 5 times within a year. At this point, babe, there's a common denominator and it's definitely not the people that you're subleasing from. I feel like at this point it's you. Throughout all your videos, there was a consistency of you talking about me, about my situation, my bills, my pay stubs, my proof of income, when in reality, I have a job. I pay my bills on time. I even secured my new apartment. I think you're projecting what you're lacking onto me. I feel like what's genuinely crazy is I never wished anything bad upon you. I really do hope you get approved for this apartment with your new roommate. What sucks is that you made 30 videos about me consecutively, wishing bad upon me, saying I'm getting karma, calling me names, calling me out of my name. I don't even know you, babe, and you don't even know me. I just met you a month ago. Hello? I just feel like...
Isn't it crazy when this chick with tattoos is the voice of reason? That's how you know things are cooked, you know? And guys, I mean, honestly, in the minute and 41 seconds that we've listened, guys, who do you think is in the right? Guys, I bet you $100,000 this chick is in the right. Just look, she hasn't mentioned her mental health once, right? She just doesn't seem like she's on SSRIs and absolutely insane. So I would say this chick has no reason to lie.
Like I'm getting dragged for choosing what's best for me and my future. She also started a GoFundMe. I'm going to insert the GoFundMe right here so you can read it briefly. You didn't start a GoFundMe because you lost your job, you have medical expenses to take care of, or have hard times at this moment. You started a GoFundMe because you don't have the funds for the apartment, and instead of being honest about that, you're blaming me. People have asked you multiple times, why don't you get an actual job?
There you go.
And your response is always, I'm an artist. There is plenty of artists in New York.
See? I don't get a job, even though I'm broke because I'm a full-time artist. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, guys. Come on.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
York City that still have regular jobs because they know rent needs to be paid at the end of the day. And instead of finding a job, you decide to basically scream, call me out of my name, say that I am a nightmare roommate, blaming me for not wanting to re-sign the lease with you, which is crazy. I feel like if you started a GoFundMe that said, I can't afford rent right now, that's one thing. But because you switched the narrative and basically stated you are trapped in a traumatized, abusive situation with your roommate because I'm choosing to leave is completely different. I feel like at some point you have to stop blaming other people for your circumstances that you are responsible for as a grown adult. And babe, you are 30 years old. You are a grown woman. Even I in my 20s understand the concept of how renting, how deposits, how moving, how all of that goes. If I can understand that and I take responsibility because I know the world doesn't owe me anything, I feel like you can do that as well. You're not getting evicted, you got the lease, and I'm moving out at the end of this month. And that's it.
And they're living in the same apartment while these videos are coming out. Now, guys, let's look at this chick, right? You know? Let's see.
Day 2 of 75 Hard. You guys, I literally don't... Hi, my name is Marlon. I've been living in the same apartment for about 3 years now, and it's time for a change. Come apartment honey with me. This is day 1.
See, she looks like a regular, decent.
Let's see what...
Decent chick. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a 304, but hey, a lot more normal than that skank that was making all those videos.
He beat to back.
You know what I mean? At least this chick's attractive, you know? Oops. Hold on.
Are you feeling lucky today? I'm actually not.
Yeah. But guys, I think that I'm on this chick's side. Hold on, because the other one is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right. Here we go.
I have a favor to ask of you. I have a favor to ask of you if you'll give me a second to explain. My name is EK and I'm a full-time artist in New York City. It has always been my dream to live here, and in December of 2024, I finally made it happen. I broke up with an abusive partner, quit my job, moved here with not a lot of money, and have sacrificed a lot of stability for this. None of this last year has been easy for me. I have lived in 5 different subhuts, just bouncing around, trying to find home. I went viral last year for these little cat baristas that I call Kit Kats. That has been my full-time income since moving here.
Look at that, guys. She makes clay cats as her income. Look at that.
And I am so grateful and blessed to be able to still do this. But I want to reach new people. So if you're discovering me for the first time, I would love to invite you to interact with this post or follow along.
All we need is...
I need you to give me a second to explain this context, but I genuinely need your help. Over a week ago, I posted several videos talking about my roommate wanting to kick me out at the end of this month, so at the end of June. It turned into a whole thing. I don't want to go back into it. Please feel free to go watch.
You turned it into a whole thing, you absolute dunce. What are you talking about?
You stupid woman.
Come on.
Those videos, because it's going to give you the context that you need, because this shit just keeps getting fucking crazier. She then changed her mind and said I would be the one to stay and she was actually going to leave. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm happy to stay. I love my room. I'm so much happier here. I've lived in 5 different sublets since moving to New York City, just bouncing around.
Guys, hit the like button, guys. Hit the super chat button. David, thanks for the cash apps, man. I appreciate that, man.
Trying to buy time, find a lease that I can actually join, but also a place that I'm happy in. I have been working on finding my own roommate and getting all of my shit in order so that I can re-sign for July. As of this morning, I received a text from her that she is now going to be staying. So that really sucks because she confirmed in writing that she was leaving. I'm like, I don't think you can just change your mind like this, especially after you emailed management. I'm talking with the landlord. I'm trying to figure out tenant rights. It's turned into a whole thing, and it did not need to be. I'm a full-time artist, and I've been making cat worry stones out of polymer clay for the last year. This has made me great money, and I have an incredible community that supports me. But what I need help with is pushing my name out there more. I want to bring in the right people. I'm not just looking to go viral. I'm genuinely...
Yeah, because you really got to worry about that, right? How delusional do you have to be, right? Guys, the Delulu levels off the charts.
Looking for people who resonate with my story, moving to New York after a breakup and quitting my job. If you go back through my videos, you will see how I have been making so many efforts to make my business more sustainable. And a big part of that has just been having stable housing where I'm not having to move every couple of fucking months. I'm so tired of this. But I'm more angry at this situation because I have done absolutely nothing wrong. My roommate cannot and will not make up her mind. So I'm planning on doing a bigger drop than I was anticipating later this month. In the past, I have made orders after they have been sold rather than all before. And for this drop, I wanted everything to be made before, but that has now changed because of this situation. This will act as a pre-order. If you do decide to support, please know that your order will not ship until 1 to 2 months later. This is not how I want to operate my business long term. If there is something better for me out there, I'm open to it, but I deserve the...
Guys, she thinks this is a business.
I have no idea where I'm going to be living 3 weeks from now because my roommate is being a...
I don't know where I'm going to be living because my roommate's being a big meanie.
fucking asshole and changed her mind on me when she said that I was going to stay and renew my lease here for July and she was going to be the one leaving. I've made several videos about this because it's so much more than just, why don't you guys re-sign together? It's turned into a whole mess and it didn't need to be. Feel free to go watch those videos because that's going to give you the context that you need. And I feel so angry right now because I'm looking around at my room. I love my room. I've lived in 5 different sublets since moving to New York City over a year ago. And of all the rooms I've lived in, this is my favorite. And I'm looking around and it's like, this is all of my stuff. And it gets incredible light and it faces the backyard so I can hear the birds. It has a fire escape. It has a rooftop where I can see the skyline. I like the neighborhood. It's big enough so I can keep my art shop stuff here and have my desk. I'm just like, I might lose all of this because of my roommate being a fucking asshole. And I'm at my breaking point because I asked her at the end of May who was staying and who was leaving. She didn't want to re-sign with me. She said that I was going to be staying and she emailed management and let them know on May 28th that she was leaving. Yesterday, June 8th, she texts me and is like, FYI, I'm going to be staying and we're not re-signing together. So even though I asked you over a week and a half ago what your plan was and you committed to it, you committed to leaving, you're now changing your mind and fucking me over to where I need to go look for a new place while also still figuring out if I can even stay because I signed a sublease lease with the landlord, not her. So I don't even think she can do this. I've also lived here for longer than 30 days. So I have tenant rights. I've called 311. I'm trying to get in contact with the landlord again, and I can't get a hold of them. I haven't heard from them since yesterday morning. I can't get any clear answers, and I just keep getting emotional looking around my room. I'm just like, I felt so much peace since moving into this apartment besides the roommate. I have not had peace in a very long time, and I've said it in other
guys, they still live together right now, like in this video.
videos. If I am meant to leave, if there's something better for me out there, I am more than open to it. But I have absolutely no clarity right now. On top of all of this, I am trying to work on another drop for my art shop because I had a whole plan under the assumption that I was going to be living here and just looking for a roommate. Instead, we're almost to the middle of the month. She never sent me photos of her room. She kept procrastinating on that. When I pushed back on her, that was when she changed her mind. And I think that was when I realized, like, oh, were you just not ever looking in the first place? Or you looked for a week and gave up because it was too hard. And so you're just going to fuck me over. Or worse, fuck us both over if you aren't able to get approved.
Guys, who do you believe here? This chick or the Hispanic girl? I mean, you even see the language that the other chick, how clear and concise that the other chick was. She did this, she did this, she did this. Chick is, oh my God. Please.
Get another roommate in so that you can renew and we both lose the apartment. I just need to vent and I need to be heard. I literally like feel my body just breaking apart. I'm trying to stay detached and be okay if I don't get to stay here and hope that there's something.
Over this last week, I have been dealing with not knowing where I'm going to be living in a few weeks because I was informed by my roommate that she did not.
Someone says, do people not journal anymore?
Want to re-sign with me, but then said that she was going to be the one moving and I would stay and re-sign in July. She then came back this past Monday, so 2 days ago, and said that she was going to stay and that obviously we weren't re-signing, and so I now have to be the one to look for a new place. And it has been a whole thing trying to get in contact with the landlord just to get answers. I signed the sublease with them, not her. I've also lived here for over 30 days. My name is on the Con Ed bill, and over the last 24 hours, I've been probably like the most stressed that I've been since before even moving to New York when I was going through my breakup. And I feel like that was probably still the worst because that was my.
You know what, guys? What would help her feel more relaxed? A job!
I care enough about my peace and my mental and physical health to not just keep myself in limbo.
Adam A, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man.
Because I can't get a hold of the landlords, I've emailed them twice since Monday seeking clarity. I'm like, you guys already told me I was good to renew so long as I find a new roommate. But because she has now said she's going to be staying and has told me that she has emailed you, I don't know what the process is right now. If you were going to give priority to her, that's fine. I just need to know. I am so wildly, utterly exhausted. I've moved multiple times, and outside of this situation with the roommate, everything else about the place has been absolutely wonderful. My room is massive, all things considered for New York. It has its own bathroom. It has a fire escape, faces the backyard, and I get to hear the birds. My kitty is happy. I love the neighborhood, and I hate the idea of losing this place. For her to just turn around almost 2 weeks later, just being like, actually, never mind. I'm going to be the one staying. Now you have to go. I asked you about that 2 weeks ago. I said if you wanted me gone, I would leave, but I needed you to commit then because I can't wait around 2-3 weeks, get to the end of June to find out, oh, actually, I couldn't find anyone to re-sign with me. So surprise, you can actually stay. I'm not doing that. If you've never lived in New York City, finding housing here is its own beast.
So why'd you move there, you dunce? And guys, I'm sure that there's a bear cave that she could move into, right, guys? Yeah. You know?
I started looking for this current place. It was in March. I want to believe that something better is out there for me. I'm doing this completely alone. I don't have a partner. I'm not close with my family. So I am doing the absolute best that I can.
So you're being an adult and failing, right? Right, guys? Yes. You ever notice how women want attention for just doing basic stuff? I pay the rent. I have my own house. You're supposed to. You're an adult. Adam A says, gotta pay rent. It's been a while. Love the streams. Hey, thanks for that, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah.
You are scaring the hoes.
Appreciate you, man.
with all the resources that I have. Being stuck in limbo about where you are going to live in a few weeks is not great for anyone. I also want to be able to pivot and focus on things that I actually care about.
All right.
I have updates joining me on my fire escape. If you don't already know, for the last 2 weeks, I've been dealing with not knowing where the fuck I'm going to be living at the end of this month because my roommate's like, I don't want to live with you anymore. And it turned into a whole thing. I made several videos about it. And then she was like, how about you stay and I'll leave? A week and a half goes by.
Someone says, you're exhausting. Someone says, it's weird to me that you signed a 2-month lease and just expected to stay permanently. Look at that.
Changes her mind again, says that she's staying, and oh, FYI, we're not re-signing together. And so for the last like 3-ish weeks, there's just been this tumultuous up and down of me not knowing where the fuck I'm going to be living, if I need to start packing, should I be looking for a roommate here, should I be looking for a new place. I haven't been able to get in contact with the landlord all of this week. The last I heard from them was on Monday. Their phone number wasn't working until I tried calling a number and I got a hold of the fucking landlord. And they have no idea what's going on either. They were literally like, yeah, you know, so like you said that you were staying and renewing and you're going to bring in like a new roommate. We never got forms from you. And I was like, no. I emailed y'all this week. They were like, yeah, you know, like we've been trying to get in contact with her. She emailed us on Monday saying that she was staying, but we tried calling and she hasn't picked up. And I'm just like, today is Friday, June 12th. And you've been keeping up with this fucking story. It gets to a point.
Guys, this is her whole life. This is her entire life, guys. She's been a 30-part series. You know? Allah says, don't be a simp. Don't rescue these Theophorus. Facts, man. Absolute facts. Hey, thanks for the $2, man.
You are scaring the hoes.
For the last couple of weeks, I have been dealing with some stupid roommate drama that has led to me not knowing where I'm going to be living at the end of this month.
She's only lived there for a month.
There's so much back and forth right now. You know, I go through stages where I feel optimistic and then other days where I feel really depressed. And today's one of those days that I feel nothing. I feel so disassociated right now. And I know it's going to build character. It's teaching me a lot about myself and my adaptability and resilience. I'm struggling to not feel bitter at the moment because I moved into this place before shit hit the fan. I was seeing a lot of progress in how much I was healing, you know, like coming to realizations about.
Guys, she's used every single chick buzzword there is. Healing and energy and crystals and spirits and all this other foolishness. What a joke, man.
About my past, the abuse that I experienced from family, past partnership, reconnecting with myself and my nervous system unlike anything that I have. And this week I kind of lost touch with myself. I know that that's purely out of survival mode. I can't blame myself for this because it's so outside of my control. I'm just doing whatever I can to get through. It's like literally I feel heaviness behind my eyes. Some of the signs that I'm going into either neurodivergent burnout or kind of feel myself slipping back.
Neurodivergent burnout, huh?
I completely lose my appetite, or the safe foods that I normally have no longer are appetizing to me. Start withdrawing from people, like not having the energy to talk to even my friends or my mom. I stare off into space a lot. I feel very empty and numb. And again, I know that it is a coping mechanism when your body gets thrown into such high stress. And this is for a lot of different things. Your mind gets so overloaded that then your body goes on overdrive, but your mind has not caught up with that. So you're just disconnected. I have been through very difficult things before, and
Hi, my name is EK, and I make worry stones out of polymer clay. I'm a
Guys, this is her business. She's a full-time artist.
Full-time artist in New York City, and I've been living here for the last year making these. You're not aware of what's been going on the last couple of weeks.
Someone says, who goes to New York and thinks that worry stones crafting is going to sustain them? Look at that.
I was informed by my roommate that she did not want to live with me by the end of this month. It turned into a whole thing. I've made multiple videos about it, but I do not know where I'm going to be living 2 weeks from now. It's been a while since I did a drop for my worry stones. When I was planning to do another drop for June, I was like, I'm going to keep it really small. I'm just going to do the core 4 Kit Kats. That's what I call my worry stones. They're all cats and they all have different accessories and colors. And then things change. This is how I make my money. I have to do what I have to do, especially to replenish my funds because it's been a bit. And I have to make this drop bigger than I was originally planning. but that also means it's going to have to be a pre-order. And I'm so grateful for my community for already being really understanding of that. That's why I've been so open with how all this process is going, because this is so outside of my control and it's very frustrating. All I've wanted is just to have stable housing so I can work on my fucking art.
So you're gonna be a full-time artist and sublet. That makes perfect sense.
The date is going to be Saturday, June 20th at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll have it on my Etsy. Please just remember this is going to be a pre-order. Shipping will take up to 2 months. And I'm so sorry for that. I don't know how disappointing that is to have to wait that long. And I'm sorry that my energy is much lower and not as exciting as I normally want it to be whenever I'm announcing a new drop. And I completely understand if people look at this and are just like, well, your heart doesn't seem like it's in it. And it's like, my heart is there, but it's like hiding underneath layers of me just like being in survival mode again and just focusing on next steps. Like, what do I need to do to make sure I'm going to be okay? If I wind up having to move or if I figure out a way to stay, everything is up in the air. But that's the plan. I will let you know if anything changes. In the meantime, I will see you tomorrow, okay? Hi, my name is EK, and I make...
I love how this has become like our official meeting place now for me to give you...
Because you're a thunderheaded moron! This is still going.
Updates about my roommate situation. If you're not aware of what's been going on, I was informed by my roommate last month, so at the end of May, that she did not want to resign together. I made videos about it, changed her mind and said that she would leave instead and I would be the one to stay. A week and a half goes by and she tells me that she actually is going to stay instead, and naturally we weren't going to resign together. And I was like, what the fuck? I spent all of last week calling 311, the tenant hotline, trying to get in contact with my landlord because I could not get a hold of them until I finally spoke with him. And they said they had no idea what was going on either, that she had not returned their calls or emails. Yesterday, I received news that she is in fact leaving, and I was given 24 hours to find a new roommate in order to keep the apartment under my name. And while I don't have updates for you yet, I should be fine.
I've been waiting to hear from my landlord all day today to find out if I get to stay in my apartment. If you're not aware of what's been going on, just go back and watch all my other videos. It's going to give you the context that you need. While I've not heard from them yet, even though they put me on a stupid time crunch to try to find a roommate in less than 24 hours in New York City, what I did find was a dollhouse outside of my apartment. Trust that I inspected it thoroughly before bringing it inside. But here's the reason why I got it. I make worry stones out of polymer clay, and I call them Kit Kat, and they stand on their own. That has been like the biggest thing that I've like marketed about them. You fidget with them when you're anxious or stressed, but then otherwise you can display them. Made furniture for them. Hold up. This little couch and a bed, a table that has the coffee and cake.
This chick is 30 years old, guys. You might ask yourself, AJ, isn't this the same as putting together like 40K fit? No, it's not. Okay. If you're putting together Gundam figurines or old G.I. Joes, you know, come on. But this stupid, because this is for children. I mean, come on.
And a bookshelf and a fucking car. And I'm sure you already see the vision. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking throw up. And so now I have a place to put it. I want to do like a whole reno for it. Repaint the floors, redo the little walls. You know, with all of this bullshit going on with my roommate and my
I just keep looking worse and worse and worse, guys.
landlord not knowing where I'm going to be living a week from now. I have not been able to plan for my shop drop that I have tomorrow. Behind me, you'll see my disaster. I make worry stones out of polymer clay. I got hit with an idea. Oh my god, my Wi-Fi router just got delivered. I haven't had Wi-Fi in 2 months. I'm gonna cry. Hello, I've returned. You don't understand. I literally have not had Wi-Fi in 2 months. My fuck-ass roommate never bought the router. It was her job. It was her one job. Anyway, my idea is to make a bunch of different designs right now because I've suddenly gotten a lot of creative energy that I've not had in months.
God, this chick, guys, what do you think she's on? Zoloft, you know?
I'm bringing a friend today. I just had my shop drop, and this is Klondike, the ice cream Kit Kat. It's only glazed on the front, but the sides are not glazed. And this is my first time actually being able to fidget with it. It feels really nice. I have some leads like, fuck you. There is an finally get through all of the stupidity with my current roommate, only to now run into issues with the landlord. They are now saying there is an issue with my income. You guys fucking approved me 2 months ago on this. Why is this a problem now?
Because it was you and her, you moron. And now it's just you and you are a full-time artist. You absolute dunce.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Broke, dumb, and living in New York, guys. And guys, this is just this willy-nilly go through life on a whim foolishness. And guys, put a 1 if you agree. Never, ever, ever date a chick who's one of these creatives, guys. A singer, a sculptor, a painter, a musician, because they'll want you to finance their whole life while they're trying to realize their dream. Come on.
I don't know who I'm more mad at. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm more mad at my current roommate because this is all of her fault. My roommate dragging her goddamn ass, jumping back and forth on whether or not she was going to live here or not, and is like not communicating with me, having the fucking audacity to corner me in the kitchen being like, EK, does this timeline work for you? You know, have you found any leads? Like, fuck you. You're not sending me photos. Like, actually, I'm staying. We're not re-signing together. I don't know, and will probably never know what this person's issue is. I'm so ready for her to be out of my life. I'm so ready to just move on with my life. I don't understand why the landlord just emails at 2 p.m. on Thursday when they close at 3, telling my new roommate, I need to work really fast on this. Is like, you went MIA on us for like 48 hours. We're ready. At this point, dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen a week from now. God, that is fucking terrifying, dude. Because I have absolutely no intuitive sense of how this is going to play out. I just want to stay here. I love my fire escape. I love the roof. I love the size of my room. I have my own bathroom. Do you know how hard that is to find in New York? I have central AC and heating that's in the wall. I've seen no bugs. I dealt with roach infestation at one of my other apartments like last summer. It was fucking awful. I've not seen one singular bug here. People have just been like, you should just leave. You know, it's not worth your energy. This place is cursed, whatever. It's like, no. All I've deserved this entire time is clear answers and communication. Bare minimum. Not asking for much. My poor new roommate. I feel like she and I are bonded through this regardless of what happens. I feel so bad for it causing her stress. Because I told her from the beginning, I'm like, I am going to do my best to shield you from this. But she's equally as pissed at the fucking landlords because it's like, what are you guys doing? I'm on the brink of losing my housing and I don't know what to do anymore. Over a month ago, my roommate informed me she didn't want to re-sign with me for
Someone says rooting against you. Look at this.
very stupid reasons.
Now, guys, she's gonna quote Zoran the moron for some inspirational quote, please.
Made videos about it. She said that I could stay instead and that she would leave. And then like 2 weeks go by and she changes her mind. And I had to find out from the landlord that she was leaving again. And I was given 24 hours to find a new roommate. We're bringing a personal guarantor. And I wound up finding someone, which was really great. I warned her up front that leave if this is too much. The drama has been stupid. She did wind up backing out. And I reassured her, I was like, there are no hard feelings. I don't wish this stress on anyone. I'm now facing this final week by myself. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may try to ask the landlord to just let me pay the entire month of July's rent to buy me time to find someone. I can try to rush and find a new roommate. I don't know, dude. This has been agonizing. I've moved so many times the last year of living in New York. I'm on my 5th sublet now. And I know the life that I signed up for by being a full-time artist in New York City. Mom Donnie gave a speech after the Knicks won. And I don't have like all of the words memorized, but he was like, what is New York if not your back is up against the wall, your dream just out of reach, unsure how you'll make your next rent payment, and looking at those 99.6% odds that are against you and smiling because in that 0.4%, New Yorkers find a way.
You stupid woman!
And then Zoran Mondami said something that I can't quite remember. What a joke. What a joke. Someone says, somehow I knew that the roommate would be a baddie. Yeah. Someone says, girl, this is dramatic. Guys, she has no support in here at all. Someone says, oh, but you're not a New Yorker.
You know, it's interesting when my new roommate backed out. I feel like
2 weeks ago, me would have like broken down in tears, but I think I was expecting it. I wasn't going to be surprised, but also I've just been surrendering. I can't carry it anymore. This is too much for me. I don't have control of this. I don't have control over the landlords being really fucking shitty or raising the rent without telling me until like Friday. I have no safety net. I don't have family that I can rely on financially. I'm not saying that to garner sympathy either. I'm stating the facts of where I'm at and that my back is literally up against a wall right now. But one thing that I know for sure is I love New York and I belong here and I'm not going anywhere. I want this to be a win for all of us because now I know so many of you are invested in this and I want so bad.
What is New York if not your...
So if you don't know what's going on, I've been dealing with not being sure where I'm going to live at the end of June since May. It turned into a whole thing with the roommate and now it's a lot of shit with the landlord. I had one potential roommate fall through, found another one in a very short amount of time and are just waiting on some things. But the landlord is getting really pushy and it sucks because I'm like, you guys stopped responding to me for days. Why are you just now rushing?
Wasn't informed
Here
of the
it comes,
rent
guys. Wait
increase.
for
They
it.
were like, the previous leaseholder would have been emailed about the rent increase. And I'm like, well, that's weird because I'm the one who's going to be re-signing. Why the fuck would you send this information to the people who aren't? Do you know like Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty where she's like, idiots? Doesn't Gar from like, it's like, I'm surrounded by
The whole time she's been doing this, guys, she could be working and getting a job. You know what I'm saying? And actually being able to pay the rent.
idiots.
So yeah, man, like week out from July, still have no idea what's about to happen. Both annoyed, exhausted, depressed, disassociated. A few days ago, I wound up starting a GoFundMe to help raise money and try to...
A GoFundMe. Look at that. What a joke.
Get the apartment to myself for a month, like to buy me time. I pay that rent and the security deposit, and I may have to pay for a guarantor. And it's a lot of money that I don't have because I've had a roommate. And so I'm not paying that much. And I felt very weird starting it because it's like, feels like there are much better causes than this. But I also know I genuinely need help. I work my fucking ass off on my art shop, especially on social media with filming and editing videos, because that's how I market myself. That's how I connect with my community. Anyone who says social media isn't a real job is dumb. I worked in Hollywood for a couple of years and got to work around a lot of well-respected celebrities. I earned that. You don't just step in and do that. I'll never forget my dad telling me that photography isn't a real job. That is so far from the truth. And I made it happen.
It's not, guys. For 99% of the people, guys, photography is not a real job. It's not. That's the thing about photography. Anyone can take a photo, but then again, anyone can take a photo, right? What a joke.
I think I finally have the verdict on this whole landlord roommate situation. You're not aware of what's been going on. TLDR is current roommate said she didn't want to re-sign with me, so I was going to be the one to leave. And then she was like, actually, no, never mind. You can stay, I'll leave. Changed her mind like 2 weeks later, and the landlord didn't know what the fuck was going on. And so no one knew what was going on. I find out from the landlord that she's actually leaving. I was getting like 24 hours to find a new roommate. I found someone, and because of the stress, especially the landlord not disclosing that they were increasing the rent, she backed out, which is so valid. And then I found a second person. That has not fallen through quite yet, but it's like 99% sure that it is going to. And so as of today, the landlord was like, we need to put you on your own lease and we'll rewrite it once you find a new roommate. And it's like, cool, okay, that's dope that I don't have to move. I was fine if I needed to, if I knew ahead of time, but it has just been the lack of communication. It's been emotionally and psychologically so fucking stressful. And all I wanted is just to get on a lease and live in a neighborhood long enough to actually become a part of the community. I want to be fully transparent with you though. I set up a GoFundMe last week in preparation for this potential outcome because covering the entirety months of rent for July and a security.
Whoa, guys, here, let's take a little pit stop here, okay? Guys, let me know what you think of this. Because look at this. Guys, guys, rarely ever am I speechless, but guys, look.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Guys, come on, come on, come on, come on, guys.
Wait a minute.
Oh no, now guys, all right. I need to kind of clear up some things here, right? I see no problem with women asking men out. Matter of fact, I encourage women to ask men out. Men should not be approaching these chicks at all. At all. Okay? Jake says she said yes. Women should approach men. Women should ask men out on dates. But when it comes to marriage, there is no reason why this should be going on. No reason at all. Absolutely insane. Homeboy, look, he looks a little sweet anyway. But guys, come on. Guys, what do you think? Look at this, guys. Look at this guy.
Beta.
Come on. And rate him on the simp-o-meter.
It's over 9,000!
Oh, no. What a joke, guys. Come on. You're going to go out like that? You're going to go out like that. My God, guys, what is this world coming to? What is this world coming to? Man. So, guys, this chick here, I mean, she's just completely cooked.
So if you don't know what's going on, I've been dealing with not being sure where I'm going to live at the end of June since May. It turned into a whole thing with the roommate, and so I'm not paying that much.
I think I finally have the verdict on this whole.
I need your help with something. I made a bunch of cat worry stones. This one is based on my cat. This one's name is Coco and has a little strawberry.
I think I finally have the verdict on this whole landlord roommate situation. You're not aware of what's been going on. TLDR is current roommate said she didn't want to re-sign with me, so I was going to be the one to leave. And then she was like, actually, no, never mind. You can stay. I'll leave. Changed her mind like 2 weeks later, and then the landlord didn't know what the fuck was going on. And so no one knew what was going on. I find out from the landlord that she's actually leaving. I was given like 24 hours to find a new roommate. I found someone, and because of the stress, especially the landlord not disclosing that they were increasing the rent, she backed out, which is so valid. And then I found a second person. That has not fallen through quite yet, but it's like 99% sure that it is going to. So as of today, the landlord was like, we need to put you on your own lease and we'll rewrite it once you find a new roommate. And it's like, cool, okay, that's dope that I don't have to move. I was fine if I needed to, if I knew ahead of time, but it has just been the lack of communication. It's been emotionally and psychologically so fucking stressful. And all I wanted is just to get on a lease and live in a neighborhood long enough to actually become a part of the community. I want to be fully transparent with you though. I set up a GoFundMe last week in preparation for this potential outcome because covering the entirety months of rent for July and a security deposit and a third-party guarantor is a lot of fucking money that don't have, that I've not been prepared to pay. I can afford to live here
with roommates, and I am totally fine having roommates. I've just wanted like the chance to have time to find someone and not be so rushed, because I know that that is like what's been causing the biggest issues with the people that I have found. Genuinely, the last thing that I want to do is steal from the community, especially from the people who have lived here all of their lives. The thing that I've always respected about New York is New Yorkers. My favorite thing is talking with people who've lived here all of their lives and hearing their stories, and especially hearing about the communities that they grew up. People have supported me through this entire year, not just with this, supporting like my art with my worry stones or encouraging words. That is not lost on me. I'm so grateful for that. And that is not going to go to waste. I'd love to take a portion of what has been donated and give it back to the community. I'm going to do the research. I'm not asking you to do the research for me. People have helped me, but I also don't want to only just be receiving. I want to give.
I can't, guys. Guys, you didn't go through all 30 episodes, but guys, come on. You know? This is this chick's whole existence, her whole life is victimhood. You know what I'm saying? Her whole life is victimhood. Man, what a joke. Guys, she's dumb enough to actually move to New York with no money. Then she's a full-time artist and won't get a real job. Then she pisses off her roommate. It's just ridiculous. She's her own problem, guys. She is the one common denominator. You know? Look at that. Guys, here, let's switch gears here, guys. Let's look at something a bit more entertaining. Here you go, guys. Let's and guys, I'll be live tonight at 10, guys, with Lock the Bounty Hunter, guys. So that's avoid the asteroid. You know what I'm saying? So guys, feel free to join at 10. But guys, here, let's do this.
That's the sound of the police.
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Ma'am, if you don't leave right now, you're gonna get arrested for trespassing.
Officers responded to Tampa International Airport after receiving reports of an intoxicated passenger,
Ohio, Tampa, Florida,
at a Southwest Airlines gate, who refused to leave the jet bridge after being denied boarding. When officers arrived, they initially attempted to calm the situation and encourage her to comply voluntarily.
She's in the jet bridge?
Boarded. It's a female. There's a supervisor there and an ops agent, and I think she's refusing to leave. I heard them call and just came here to watch the
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. One size here. You can slide better down. Hey, this is our lady right here?
Yes.
All right.
You will not leave.
I got you. How you doing, man? I'm Officer Vasquez from the airport police. They're asking you to leave the jet bridge, ma'am.
Look at this broad, right? Guys, man, oh man, look at this. And guys, look at these airport workers have had it. But guys, look at this. The haircut, the glasses, this cardigan sweater. You guys know she's here to cause trouble.
You ready to go? What happened?
He says they are teaching.
She tried, but all right, you have to leave now. You have to leave the jet bridge. You have to leave. You'll get arrested. You want to get arrested? You don't mind? All right, come on. You got to go.
Not me.
Wait, wait, this guy behind me,
Ma'am,
this guy behind me,
we're not doing this.
It's
You're drunk. You got to get off the jet bridge. Come.
I'm not.
You are very drunk. You have to get off the jet bridge. Come.
How come you said?
Come. Come.
How come?
Come. This way. Ma'am.
How come you said?
Ma'am, you have to leave now.
Okay. How
Let
come
go of
you
this.
said?
What?
How come you said that I'm drunk?
You're drunk. Let go of this and you have to leave.
Officers repeatedly warned the woman that refusing to leave the area could result in a trespassing charge.
Here we go.
But she allegedly continued refusing to cooperate.
Come on, you gotta go. Ma'am, no. There's not one moment. You gotta go. All right. Ma'am, if you don't leave right now, you're gonna get arrested for trespassing.
Guys, first of all, are puka shell necklaces back in? I mean, guys, what is this? 2004? Like, what's going on here? El General. But the $2 says new clown world order. Right on, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man.
Seriously. Garlic croutons, dude.
Enjoy.
Ma'am, all right.
I tried so many
No.
times. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I tried.
You
kept
did
putting
it.
your finger in my mouth, in my
Ma'am,
face.
put your hands behind your back. Ma'am, put your hands behind your back.
You absolute dunce.
It's time!
Ma'am, let go of this bar and put your hands behind your back. Ma'am, let go of the bar and put your hands behind your back. Come on. Sir, you fill out a statement for us? Yes. Just disorderly intox. She just refused to leave and wanted to hold on to the bar.
You, that's problem. Just let it go.
She just wouldn't leave the jet bridge, was holding on, disorderly intox and trespass. He's gonna do a statement for us.
Dumbass.
Yep. Just disorderly intox and trespass. I told her she had to leave. Yep. She grabbed the bar, she wouldn't let go. Okay. She doesn't want to go. All right. She's definitely drunk.
I am not too
I'm very
drive
sure,
to
ma'am.
drunk.
Told you had to let go of the bar and you had to leave, but you didn't seem to want to do that. All right, ma'am.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, come on.
You gonna walk, ma'am?
Yeah, whatever you do, just.
As officers escorted her toward a patrol vehicle, she became increasingly emotional and resistant, refusing to walk properly and ignoring instructions.
I haven't tossed her anything yet.
Yeah, I'll do it when we get over.
Oh, guys, hold on.
Sure, I'll do it. Yeah, all right.
Here, let's do this one quick. This is one that I was going to show you guys earlier. Hold on, because listen to this loud mouth thunderhead. Here we go. Here we go.
And I want another officer out here because I don't like the tone of your voice.
You don't like that? All right, step out the car. Nope.
On this ride along, an officer holds a blue pen. A woman points her finger, and another watches the situation. On May 6th in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, an officer was on State Road 7 when he noticed a nearby Camry was being driven by a woman with a suspended license.
You have your license, registration, and insurance?
She didn't. So the officer got to the heart of the matter.
So is there a reason why your license will be suspended right now?
The only thing is my insurance.
Your insurance. So
I was late. I don't know. I was late on it. So I'm not sure.
So you got the notice that said your license will be suspended if you didn't show proof for it?
No, not yet. Not yet, because I've been battling the case for my grandma, like before she passed. So after she passed, I don't know. I kind of made this like.
What, more than 26
I'll be right back, okay?
The officer then printed out her tickets and returned to get her to sign them.
Here we go, guys. Hit the like button, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your license suspended. You already know. So.
I just came from Polk County yesterday. I had to bury my grandma.
Huh?
I came from Polk County yesterday. They sent her up there because my dad's up there. We had a funeral for her.
I understand that. But the license is still suspended, right? So which means you're gonna have to go to court on the 10th.
The officer would explain to the woman where the courthouse was, and then things got difficult.
Here we go.
Signing it doesn't mean you're guilty. It simply means that you understand that you have to report to court on the date and the time that I tell you, which is June 10, 2025, okay? Yeah, for the names.
When did I have a suspended license? Like,
that was in April 7th.
how much is the ticket?
God, I don't know. I don't know the price of the ticket.
No, I don't.
Not signing it.
I want to know how much.
I have to tell you, if you don't sign this ticket, you will be going to jail. Okay?
I want to wait till my mom gets here then.
What?
I'm going to wait till my mom gets here.
You're going to wait until your mom gets here to do what?
To sign.
To sign it? All right. You're over 18. You're an adult. Your mom don't have no say so in this.
I know, but I'm not mentally stable right now. My grandma just passed it. She's the one that raised me. I need my mom.
Okay. How long am I going to stand here all day waiting for you?
Like 10 minutes.
So you want me to wait 10 minutes for the man to get here?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
But you're an adult. You don't understand that?
You're going to let me drive off with the car with a suspended license? Okay, so we have to wait for my mom, right?
The car is going to get towed.
You're going to wait on my mom. She's going to come pick me up.
No, the car is getting towed. The mom is going to take you.
Hold on. I'm going to call my ex-husband because he's a police officer, and then I'm going to get right back to you.
Ma'am, listen.
One moment.
What's that gonna do, you dunce?
Okay.
Because he lives right down the street.
Let me get the car. You're first person.
I said wait.
Let me get the car.
You asked for your super. I need somebody else out here. I don't like the tone of your voice, and you're making me feel uncomfortable. I'm a child of God, and I don't play these.
Please, look at that.
I'm not in
You either sign the ticket.
I want to wait till my mom.
Listen to me.
I feel uncomfortable.
This is the option I'm going to give you.
You either get another officer. I'm waiting till my mom.
Listen,
I'm not dealing with your options because I know my law.
Katrina.
So I'm either gonna call another officer out there, or I'm gonna wait till my mom.
Katrina, this is your option, Trevor.
I don't feel comfortable. I'm not gonna sign anything under pressure.
All she has to do is take the ticket and take an Uber home, right? That's all she has to do.
You can refuse to sign the ticket.
I'm not refusing. I said I'm gonna wait till another officer gets out here. I'm waiting on my mother. Any officer that you call, I don't mind if it's your friend. Call somebody else out here. I'm not signing it until I have somebody else. I want to wait. I want to be comfortable. I don't feel comfortable right now. I feel like I'm under pressure. I shouldn't be under. The Bible says I can't be under any. The Bible tells me that I'm not supposed to be under any anxiety. As soon as I get any type of anxiety, I don't want it.
Oh, it's all about her anxiety, guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Come on.
I'm gonna wait till another person comes over. Thank you.
We get a 94.
Sorry, tonight?
We get a 94 this.
10 for District 4 years for 1084, 5 400 blocks of April 7.
So instead of taking you to jail, I'm giving you a ticket to go to court. Now you're making this worse than what it is. But you're an adult. Your mom has nothing to do.
I never signed a ticket before. I don't feel safe. It's okay if I'm able to call somebody else for advice. That's okay. I don't have the mental stability right now.
All right, let me get the car key.
Can
I get the car key?
No. I'll turn my car off, but I'm not giving
Let me get the car key.
I said no. I said I'm gonna wait till another officer comes out.
Look at that, guys.
That doesn't make any sense. I just bought this car. I'm not losing it right now.
You're not losing your car. Your car is getting towed. You cannot.
I don't have money to tow it. My mom is coming. She has a
license. Your mom
license.
is not taking the car.
Yes, she is. And I want another.
Hey, thanks, Jake, for the positive feedback, my friend. I appreciate that.
Officer out here because I don't like the tone of your voice.
You don't like it? All right, step out the car. Nope. No.
Oh, no, I don't feel safe. No.
It's time. Stop. You under arrest right now. Step out the car.
She's crying like a baby.
Step out the car.
I wonder why her husband divorced her.
Step out the car. You're under arrest. Step out the car. Step out the car. Step out the car. Step out the car.
Don't touch me.
Step out the car. Step out the car. Step out the car. Step out the car. Step out the car.
The officer was just yelling at a woman who had been driving by and stopped.
Of course. It's a big dunderheaded B-dub. Of course.
Well.
Whoa, hold on. Let's think about this for a second, guys. Hold on. This dunderheaded goofball B-dub pulled over, not knowing the situation at all. Oh, she was a black woman. First of all, mind your own business. Second of all, you're halfway in the road. And third of all, what are you going to do about it? What? What are you going to do to this cop, you absolute dunce? Why are they such morons? Guys, I swear to God, I swear. Guys, you could Thanos snap 99.6% of all B-dubs away from this planet. And the world would be a better place. I need you to put a 1 in this chat if you agree with me. I wish this chick would have advanced on this cop. I wish. What hands on her hip? What are you going to do to the two cops? You dunderheaded, idiotic, ignorant, moronic goofball. What? Like, what? Where does this idiot see this going, guys? Could it have been anyone else other than someone who looks just like this? You know? God, what a joke. I don't envy cops at all. What a joke.
Keep her distance, so the officers focused on getting the woman cuffed and on her feet.
Get up and shut up.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. When is your accident? Stand up. Stand up.
Did she pee on herself?
This would continue for a couple more minutes as the officer adjusted the cuffs. So like the final season of Game of Thrones, it's not worth watching. And that's why you sign your tickets. Like the channel? Subscribing.
This channel's got jokes, dude. Look at that.
Feeds this narrator's unhealthy need for external approval.
1098, 1098.
She was charged with resisting without violence, driving on a suspended license, and refusing to sign a ticket. After successfully completing the court's misdemeanor diversion program, the charges would either be dismissed or not pursued for prosecution. Thanks for...
Still be back, guys. Guys, this is from Police Ride-Alongs. Guys, drop them a sub. You know? Drop them a sub because this guy's hilarious. You know? But all right, you guys. I'll shut this bad boy down, guys. Me and Locke will be live at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, guys. That's Avoid the Asteroid, man. It's our new show that we're gonna do. So, guys, make sure to check out the show. That'll be at 10 p.m. tonight, guys. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Bye, guys.